Okay, so what we're going to be going through now is the resources that come along with your diploma course so that you're getting familiar with them and feeling organised. So what you should have is 6 spiral-bound workbooks: the Foundations, the Mat Work, the Reformer, Working Professionally, Cadillac Chair and Barrels, and Studio Programming. So inside the Foundations book, you've got 3 sections. The front section is also called the Foundations, and that is some really nice theory work that we're going to be going through in contact time. And then the last 2 sections covers work health and safety and also anatomy and physiology. So those 2 sections are part of the self-directed learning phase of the course, and what you need to do is straight away start working your way through those books, completing the little tasks that are there, and that information is going to be really lovely layering for the contact work, but we're not going to be spending direct time on that information. So definitely start working your way through the work health and safety and the anatomy and physiology workbook inside the Foundations. The Mat Work, that contains your mat work repertoire. That's all going to be covered in contact time. And same with the Reformer and the Cadillac Chair and Barrels. Those are repertoire-based books that have fully covered inside the contact time. So you don't need to worry about any of that being self-directed learning. Inside Work Professionally, you have got a couple of different sections. There is some industry information and how to behave on the job, referring to practitioners. We're going to be going through that in contact time, but also inside that workbook is a section where there are communications units, and those are also part of the self-directed learning component of the course. So just like the work health and safety and the anatomy and physiology, we want you to start going through that on your own, in your own time, and completing the small tasks within that. The last workbook is the Studio Programming workbook, and that covers all about how to teach studio Pilates, private, semi-private, and special conditions, and we're going to be going through that in great detail in contact time. So none of that is considered self-directed learning. You're going to also be issued with 2 textbooks. The first is Anatomy of Movement, and that is a really excellent illustrative book with anatomy and physiology pictures to help support your learning. And we need you to bring that with you to your contact time. The second is the Return to Life Through Contrology by Joseph Pilates, which is the original book written by Joseph Pilates and such an important part of the Pilates method history. That book is not going to be covered directly in your contact time, but is one of those books that you'll come back to again and again throughout your career, and something that you really need to have a great foundation knowledge of. So keep that one at home, certainly read through it, but when you come to your contact, first of all, we just want you to bring all of your spiral workbooks and your Anatomy of Movement textbook, and then as your contact time progresses, you'll learn which books you need to bring in for each session as they have passed through. So those are your actual resources. And now I just want to draw your attention to your timetable, which can be found in your induction pack. And that shows you all the dates and times for your contact sessions, including your teaching clinics. Attendance to all of the teaching clinics and the contact time is compulsory. So if for any reason you need to leave early or you're going to miss a section of it, you need to let us know well in advance so that we can talk to you about how we can make that up. Those options usually include private tuition, or also, if the timing permits, you might be able to jump into a different intake as long as it doesn't make the ordering of your learning confusing for you. So that is your timetable. You've also got your assessment schedule, which we go through in more detail in the assessment video, which will be to come. And also the contact and teaching clinic preparation guides. So let's just grab those out and have a look at those. Those preparation guides are there to help you get the most out of your contact and teaching. So you need to have a look at them prior to your session coming up and know what you need to get ready for in order to make the most of those sessions. The numbers that are listed on the table in the contact preparation guide, they match up to your timetable. So check out those session numbers and then see what you need to prepare from there. And in terms of the teaching clinic preparation guides, that is even more important because the teaching clinics are structured so that you are preparing for your practical assessments. That means that in order for you to really be confident with your practical assessments, you need to arrive to your teaching clinics with the programs and pre-reading done so that you really are confident to ask the correct questions of your faculty member at the time. So those are your resources. Those are the documents that are there to help you get organised. Any questions, just get in touch.